Hello everyone, and welcome back to Low Ink January 2026. We're here for round 3 of Swiss. We've got No Fate versus 3 Kids 1 Unk. Both these teams 2-0. Both these teams high seeds. No Fate as number 11, and 3 Kids 1 Unk, your number 1 seed. The team that came in second place last Low Ink. Not the same roster, but mostly the same roster. So definitely the team to beat. If No Fate can hold this out, that's going to be huge going forward for them. But 3 Kids 1 Unk, they're definitely not pushovers.
Absolutely. We're going to see some good gameplay here, I think, from both of these teams.
And not only that, we're going to Tower Control Hagglefish for our game 1. A very, very common tried and true map mode combination. So, we're going to see 2 strong teams, a very common map that they should definitely have much practice in. So this is some of your top caliber Low Ink for the month. Like these are a glimpse as to 2 teams that will likely be alpha bracket contenders for sure. So I'm excited to see what they're going to pull out here.
We got an E-leader. We got another E-leader.
That's just how it goes. Yes, we do have No Fate in the pink, 3 Kids 1 Unk in the turquoise. Both teams running that leader again, as you mentioned, so they will have that long range foundation for their team, as the rest of the players should be playing a fairly aggressive play style. Right now, 3 Kids 1 Unk does get the first pick of the game, pushing up Andrew, who's already playing fairly aggressively with some bomb support from the team. They'll have to back up a little bit, though. Larry sharking for a while, getting behind the hammer, but not able to find any value, will get picked out. And right now, 3 Kids 1 Unk are playing very aggressively, but also not overcommitting to any of these plays.
Yeah, I was going to say, they're playing aggressive, but not, I was going to say the exact same thing, which is honestly a great start. They're testing the waters, seeing what No Fate can do. They're playing very competitive. No Fate takes the lead here as they, just for a second, as Larry gets back on the tower and goes to take the lead.
Now using the Kraken on the tower to make sure that they can't just get picked off by any leader or any other player they're going to run forward, but does get pushed off and have to respect it. Go back to help the team, but an off-screen fight will result in 3 down for 3 Kids 1 Unk. No Fate are now on the tower, pushing up forward. They have the bubble ready, and there it is. No specials inside of 3 Kids 1 Unk to get rid of this bubble. They will have to shred it from afar, but will lose the lead and a little bit of checkpoint progress in the process.
Absolutely. No Fate, honestly, looks like they have this checkpoint here, and they're going to push forward very quickly to the next one. Wavebreaker on the tower, and a stamp coming out as well from the side of No Fate. Absolutely amazing stamp throw.
Yeah, definitely had the read there. They knew they wanted to likely back out because standing on that canopy is dangerous, and there's a hammer throw possible. And they called their bluff, able to throw it and get them down. And now already pushing to the second checkpoint is No Fate. They do lose a member. 2 players backed up. Sizzle's just kind of camping back here with Vamp, hoping that somebody from 3 Kids 1 Unk overcommits to try to kill off the leader, but will go back for the tower instead, opting to utilize that numbers advantage they just gained, looking to maybe get a pick here on the top right side. Has the Zuka ready, will go for the shots in the corner. 3 Kids 1 Unk trying to figure out who do they target, who do they fight, how do they clear this tower, because No Fate are looking for second checkpoint.
Yeah, honestly, No Fate's doing a really good job here in the 3 Kids 1 Unk. Zoning them out, just pushing them back. Honestly, for every checkpoint. Bubbles on tower. It looks like they're about to take the 6th checkpoint. This could go either way. I mean, the leader's doing a great job at picking out the 3 Kids 1 Unk. But honestly, seeing it come back now, this could go either way. Honestly, I don't know. We'll see. Kind of random decision there. My bad.
It could very well go either way, but No Fate obviously in a much greater position, having all 3 checkpoints down. They have just infinite space here. They have so much paint in the map. They just have to stall for 1 minute and 50 seconds if they really want to, but they don't seem like the kind of team that are going to lay down and just wait for the game to end. They're continuing to try to get these picks, to try to find ways in and just poke out 3 Kids 1 Unk, looking to take a game off the #1 seed in this event. Again, the runner-ups from last Low Ink. So they're looking to make a statement here in round 3, Sliss.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, like, with their seed being as high as they are, they might be fighting each other again tomorrow. So, you know, this is a great opportunity to see what they can do against the number 1 seed. Hey, who doesn't want to knock out the number 1 seed?
Exactly. Now the hammer coming out from Seabass will try to get a pick, but will get picked off by, I believe, the leader. But either way, there's a couple players there able to pick them off. So it was a little bit overzealous, and that's a trap you can fall into sometimes when you have such a large lead. You're looking for those hero plays, whereas 3 Kids 1 Unk are trying to stay, you know, calm and collected here. They have Larry coming in with the Kraken by themselves to try to push out some players. They have the invulnerability running out of time though, but Kiko and the leader will get a pick in the corner to help save them, but Sizzle still waiting, still gets a pick, looking to move forward on this Carbon. Going for Kiko will get them down and resulting in a wipeout. No Fate with 30 seconds left are in such a great position that it's seeming pretty bleak for 3 Kids 1 Unk here.
Absolutely. I mean, all they have to do is hold for 20 seconds. And even if 3 Kids get on the tower now, is they have to get into mid. They'd have to stay on the tower for over 70-something points, you know, without getting knocked off, because it'll be overtime. It's not looking good.
Exactly. And you can see too, No Fate haven't touched the tower because they decided 3 Kids 1 Unk have a lot more, like, if they don't touch the tower, 3 Kids 1 Unk have to run to mid, which they did, but they did manage to get there in overtime. Andrew getting a bunch of jumps and Soda for the team, but Vamp is on the leader, pushed up in an aggressive spot, gets the double collateral just to really prove the point here. No Fate is here to play today. And oh my god, the jump, wait, the triple ball! What? I spoke too soon. 3 Kids 1 Unk are still making the push. Oh my god, they got the white boot slack!
What the heck? What? This is insane! Larry going in with Kraken, trying to take a little bit of space. What is happening? They made it so far. They made it a lot further than I expected. What happened?
If 3 Kids 1 Unk didn't have 3 full checkpoints to get through, that game could have been such a different story. But No Fate with such a strong early game really gave them the leeway to have whatever that was just happen to them. But 3 Kids 1 Unk, as much as they lost that point by like 60 points, that overtime alone is them making a statement. That is them reminding No Fate that they are playing against the number 1 seed, and if they aren't careful, that could happen real quick.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, that was insane, to say the least. If there wasn't 3 checkpoints, I agree with you. That could have gone very differently. I mean, up next, we do have Clam Blitz. It is going to be a Clam Blitz game on Museum de Alfonsina. So, honestly, we just need to see. No Fate might have to pick up, like, their game, because, like, 3 Kids 1 Unk did show that they're not going down without a fight.
Yeah, for sure. And, you know, Clam Blitz, as I kind of mentioned before in a previous set, it's one of those modes you have a bit more control over your fate. Even though it's not as volatile as Rainmaker, where there's one objective you can run in a straight line, you're not beholden to the speed of the tower, unlike Game 1. So if we see a big play from one of these teams, if they have the economy, or they're lucky enough that a lot of clams spawn in their path or nearby, they can get a lot of points very, very quickly. Though Clam Blitz, with the plat being raised, there's only 2 routes in there. So as long as you can hold out both those routes, or at least hold back one of them completely and contest the other, you can kind of prevent those big scores coming in.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I will say, you did say something about Fate, but we do have no Fate here, so they may be ignoring Fate. Hammy, we'll have to see.
But anyway, we are getting into this match. Once again, we have No Fate in the green, 3 Kids 1 Unk in the pink. Running in here, seeing a lot of familiar faces. So we do see Agi, I believe, is now on the vanilla mini Splatling instead of the Zinni. Yes. Yeah. And actually, I believe Larry also switched off to the Stamper as well instead of running the brush.
Yeah. Oh, Honestly, pretty. Three Kids One Unk going down very quickly already. No Fate is already pushing into the flat within 30 seconds of the game.
Yeah, they're having an aggressive opening. This is reminiscent of game one. You know, they had that forward pressure, they had the momentum, and they need to really keep that up here. The hammer coming out will try to go straight through. It won't get a lot of picks, so they are down 3 players. But no, 3 Kids 1 Unk only have 2 kids remaining, as 1 kid plus 1 Unk are down. But yeah, they will continue to keep the numbers advantage to get back into this map. They're starting to get some paint down. Here comes the soda from Andrew, but Sizzle has something to say about it. Will get traded out, keeping numbers relatively consistent. Vamp at a disgusting angle, trying to pick off Kiko. Doesn't have enough range.
I think both teams realize that, like, hey, we need to, like, either go hard or go home, because with this game, once one team gets a bunch in, it might be over.
Ooh, speaking of things being over, leader picking off 1, maybe 2 players there on the side of No Fate. 3 Kids 1 Unk once again getting a little bit of space to move up here. Looking right now, they should get some specials online. They have these numbers, but all they have is, I believe, a wave breaker from the leader on hand. That they do have a couple of clams, but nothing serious here. So right now we're going to just need to see some more economy, some more specials, and just some more opportunities generated by these teams, because we're closing in on the halfway mark in this game. We haven't seen anything super significant yet.
Yeah, we haven't seen any movement. Whoa, the Booyah Bomb came out of nowhere. And same with the Ultra Stamp, taking out that ball. Woo! We immediately see a lot of back and forth as 3 Kids want to go down 3.
Yes, 3 kids, 1 Unk go down by 3. No Fate able to counterplay the special usage. I want to point out Seabass was inside of the Booyah, sharking on the wall of the spinner, managed to get off of it, pull out a hammer, and get out of harm's way, and also train a couple players in the process, so keeping their team in that fight. But No Fate now trying to defend their own plat from 3 Kids 1 Unk. They do even out the playing field. Iggy looking to save that ball, but dropping some clams in the process. You know, only 1 break here will get you the lead, but you want to keep those clams on hand so you can extend it, because getting 20 points on the board isn't really much in Clam Blitz. It's one of those power clams. But right now, either team just looking for any kind of momentum. 2 stuck in the corner. Adley will win the 1v2, almost the 1v3, but will get taken down by Seabass, who's going to jump back into mid to help the team in the 2v2. Will go down, but trade out in the process. Neither of these teams can get any leverage here.
No, it's just picks and picks after each other. Both teams are doing a great job of getting the picks that they need. And then it spirals from there. The zone just keeps switching between pink, green, pink, green, pink, green. We need, I think, a bunch of specials to go off at once to, like, turn the tide here with a little over a minute left on the board.
Definitely. And you see No Fate, they have 2 hammers on the go, but they lost 2 players. They could make a huge double hammer play and get these players are coming out. And right as they say it, they do the crisscross trying to take out any players, but they find nothing as Andrew hid on the spinner out of harm's way. But No Fate did manage to push out the players, kill them, and now there's 3 players down. Kiko jumps back to the base to regroup with the team. No Fate, they have the upper hand. They have 19 clams in hand. They have that power clam. They have the hammer throw from Agi looking for something. Will find nothing. Bazooka is coming in and will get 1 player, but traded out. The ball is on the plat. We are stuck inside the spinner. 30 seconds left, Slat. Are No Fate gonna get this push, or are we gonna go back to a stalemate?
I think we're gonna see one of those interestingly long overtime matches for Clam Blitz, because as you can see, now they got what, 2 down on the side of No Fate. It's non-stop back and forth. Oh my gosh! Okay, we see the missiles go off as 3 Kids want to push into No Fate's base. They have a ball, but No Fate's still there, and they quickly push back. They shoot down, the Booyah Bomb comes out. The ball can get in. The ball goes in with literally 1 second left on the board.
And there it is. The clam, the basket broken by the power clam. The last second, 3 Kids 1 Unk tie up the set 1-1, and I gotta give quick props to Adley there in the last 30 seconds of that game. When those picks went down, when they broke out of their base, when that stalemate started, Adley rushed the right side, got behind No Fate, took down 2 players by themselves, forced the third to jump out, then immediately shifted gear, got clams, made a power clam, got a bomb kill, and then got in and broke the basket. So Adley played so many different roles in that last second. They became that aggressive fighter on the flank. They became that skirmisher to get the bomb kill. They became the support to pick up the clams, and they got that clam in the basket, ultimately getting that team that game. So the rest of 3 Kids 1 Unk, we're there to help with the counterplay, but Adley really taking like a very commanding role there in those last few seconds to solidify that win and prevent the dreaded Clam Blitz overtime, bringing us to a 1-to-1 situation, tiebreaker game on Splatzone's Barnacle in Time.
Ooh, and that's a fun one with the plat. You can like, you know where what you have to take next in order to get to the zone, whether that be, you have to take first you gotta get pushed out of your base, take your plat, and then you can take zone. And it's kind of like, it feels very like, I don't know the word I'm thinking of, but like, it's pretty simple to be like, okay, this is what we have to take next in order to get to this.
Yes, there's definitely a step-by-step process in there. Yeah, there's very defined, like, we have to clear, like, we need to control and clear our side. We need to make sure that we have a solid defense, we have a solid foundation, and then it's like, okay, now we have the zone to take. And, you know, there's also those flank routes. You have to kind of, there's very clear-cut rectangles on this map of this are the different positions that we can take, and we can take these one at a time to make sure that we have room to move here. All the while, you have to juggle the zone as well. You know, the Splat Zones is one of those modes that as long as you have that long-range fighter who can cap the zone, as long as you have someone to distract the enemy team, you know, we've seen so many plays in this scene of somebody fighting a 1v3 behind the enemy that distracts them from capping the zone. And it just, that valuable time is ticking away. Splat Zones is all about time.
Yeah, absolutely. And with the way both of these teams are playing, I could see this either going either way or being a very long match.
And here's the interesting part is we've seen 3 Kids 1 Unk, the last 30 seconds is their time. Game 1, that incredible overtime that almost got them a victory. Game 2, scoring in the basket in like less than 20 seconds remaining in the game. Like there was like, actually I think it was like only like 2 seconds left in the clock. So 3 Kids 1 Unk, they're end game players. So No Fate, they want to KO this game as fast as possible and not give 3 Kids 1 Unk a chance in this match.
Absolutely, and we're starting off with 3 Kids 1 Unk having a majority of control over the zone. Let's take a look at the comps. They look very similar to each other. We at least have 2 duplicate weapons on both teams. Do we? Yeah, the Frost. For some reason I was looking at the swords and I was like, yes, those are the same weapon. 3 Kids 1 Unk go down 3 already, leaving just the leader up, as No Fate pushes past their plat and into their base.
How is Vamp alive? How is Vamp alive? I don't know if you saw that bomb. Vamp just tanked the Splat Bomb like it was nothing, getting out of there real clean. But yeah, as I was mentioning before, this is the opening that No Fate wants. They want this early lead. They want this push, because this is how they've been playing every match so far. They get the early lead. But the important part is, can they KO? Can they prevent 3 Kids 1 Unk from barely clutching that zone out, applying the penalty, and giving them a chance to be the end game monsters we've seen them to be? With 20 ticks, Slat, what are we thinking here?
Honestly, they just have to keep playing aggressive, and they got this. As they can see, 3 Kids 1 Unk is already down by 3. I actually don't think they can take this back now. There's not enough time. As No Fate, I believe less than a minute, takes game 3.
No Fate read 3 Kids 1 Unk the exact same way that I said. They're end game players, and finish this game as fast as possible. I know we saw at the very end, I want to say that was Seabass. Yes, because they only have 1 hammer now with the current comp. They switched off because they lost the vanilla mini. So yeah, Seabass with that hammer got a double, I think a triple, with the hammer off the side of the stack, which really just cemented the win for No Faith there. 3Kids1Unk just didn't have time. They had one player left remaining. By the time they all jumped in and started getting picked off, there was no one left to get to the zone on top of 4 players from No Fate. You have the Ink Mines on the zone. You have so much ready to just defend and fight tooth and nail on that line to make sure you don't cap, make sure that they don't have time to charge and power up to really just pull some shenanigans later on in the match.
Yeah.
So No Fate,
really
huge.
Job. Yeah, they did a really good job against #1 seed too. So I'm excited to see where No Fate goes in this tournament. Let's see how high they climb, and can 3Kids1Unk win low ink this time around?
Yeah, for sure. So again, yeah, No Fate, like I would not be surprised to see them in alpha bracket tomorrow. But same with 3Kids1Unk, is if that's the games that they lose, if that's what they look like when they're losing, then it's going to be rough for a lot of teams this tournament when they're winning.
Oh yeah,
like the plays that they were making. Yeah, so like these are definitely 2 alpha bracket caliber teams.